Hey, what's up, fam? I just wanted to thank you all for what you do for the show and community. As promised, part 1 of our Guardian Downcast Roundtable episode will be shown today in all its unedited glory. So you might hear all the stumbles and stammers that I usually edit out, but you guys will get to hear and watch the full unedited show, including all the pre and post show banter as well. We had some really great conversations that night, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This week's Patreon episode will include the pre-show, the formal introductions, and Panda's topic on the roundtable. Next week, we'll have Ronan and myself, Gator's topic, on the roundtable. And then the third week, I'll post Nip's topic and all of the post-show shenanigans, and you'll see what that's about. I hope you all enjoy it. And give me some feedback in the Discord, or you can also comment on the video right here in the Patreon app or website. Remember, don't forget to redeem your benefits for your tier of membership. Just DM me on Discord or through the Patreon app or site, and I'll be sure to honor them for you. Again, thanks for all you do and for your continued loyalty to the show and community. Okay, let's roll. I think it was like $30 or something. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. $30 for this thing? But this is the kind of mug I like, man. I like the Stein. In fact, my son got me a Stein from Minnesota, and I use that every morning before I get on and do whatever. So thanks, guys, for coming tonight. This is fun.
Yeah, man.
Just letting you know the everyone's faces will be on the Patreon episode. You can see how thin my hair is getting now. It's getting thinner. It's getting up there.
Yeah, no, it's real rough. How are you going to survive?
All right, hold on. We're all doing hats. I'm going to get a hat.
Get a hat.
Listen, my hair is ridiculously long everywhere except for the entire top of my head.
You've got plenty, Rob.
You got plenty of hair, Rob. You're good, man.
Yeah, just sit here stroking the beard the whole time.
Hey, Rob, if you keep going, you could just do the pull around.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be the good old boy. Old boy Gator. Got my
camo baseball cap.
I love his hat, man. I just can't help myself. I love it. It's a good hat.
This is my everyday round the house Sandy Ravage hat. I could get my fancy going out Sandy Ravage hat instead.
Nice.
But
I like it.
That black.
It looks good on you.
Dude, wasn't that like the golden era of YouTube?
He still makes like $500 a night when he streams. He streams 3 nights a week, and he tells people, if you donate $100, you get to be a DJ for the night. So he'll get $200 or $300 donations right off the bat. So somebody can pick his songs all night, and then they just get fucking ripped and play Warzone all night long, and it is the most fun on a stream you could have.
And he's still a stud, I bet, right?
Oh God, he's got like something like in Warzone. I mean, it's Warzone, but he's got like something like a 17 KD or something like that. They get
That's
like
ridiculous.
6 to 8 wins a night when they're playing and stuff like that in the top of the skill bracket and stuff like that. It's just they know how to play battle royales, and they all are very good at what they do.
This hat's misshapen. It got too wet, but
his days of Booster Justice though.
Oh, so good.
On Afghan, when he'd go pop people, he'd like load in and be like 3 kills to go, and he'd find them.
Yeah, that was
dude.
Well, guys,
wait till they had enough so that they couldn't get another shot at it, and then kill them afterwards. Join in on the boosting.
Oh yeah, and the Spaz 12 montages.
Oh, so good.
All right, Ronan, what are you wearing? Oh shit, that didn't sound right. What hat are you wearing?
Now we're talking.
No. What hat are you wearing? Damn
it. Let's see.
A little silk number for you, Todd.
Oh,
That's
God.
right.
Here we go.
I didn't know after hours started early.
There we go. Yeah.
Let's see, I could put on the Stetson here.
There you go.
Ooh, you got a Stetson? I'm jealous.
It's it's not like an actual cowboy hat. It's more of a straw hat.
Okay. See, I could go.
There you go.
Because I got actually, I kind of like that look.
Yeah, makes you look like, I don't know.
Who's that one?
At least 3 years younger.
Yeah, there we go. 3 years. I like it. I'll take it. 3 years. I'll take it. Hell yeah. Well,
Durst got old.
Wow.
Oh,
there it is. You know what? You're right, though. It's like money.
Look at that pop collection, man. That looks good.
Yeah.
That looks really nice.
I appreciate it.
Good deal.
Much more quality than the collection I got behind me.
Yeah, you're in the basement, right, Rob?
Yeah, we got
Nice.
the bookshelf and the
Okay.
magic cards over
Dude,
there.
I'm just jealous you have a basement, okay? I don't have little
Fair.
private rooms down below my house. I'd love to.
Oh, we're missing the big guy. Hold on. Let me show you the big guy.
Ooh.
Everybody knows the big guy.
Groot.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nice.
I suppose if you're
Giant.
going to be sharing this
Dude.
with the Patreons, I could at least spruce up the endeavor a little bit. I'll be back in 1 sec.
Oh, okay, Ronan. How you doing, Ronan? You doing good, man?
Yeah, doing good.
Excellent, dude. Look at that.
You know what?
The hoss is
I
in
don't
the
know
house.
if I can handle this. This might be too much.
That's wow. He only pulls that out on really good occasions. I'm honored. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah. Can't go
I feel
sharing
like I
the
gotta
hoff
be
with
on my-
everybody, but
I just got hot and bothered real quick.
I'm
I don't
telling
know
you.
why, but
I'm telling you. Oh, wait a minute.
what, you
got a
were
little-
German in 1988?
What did I just do? Damn it.
got a little warm in here.
Feel like I got to be on my best behavior now.
How do I pop it back to the four people again? Dadgummit.
The little button at the top. Focus.
Button at the top. There
Top
we go.
right.
Just click the top. I just clicked the top and it comes back. All right, good deal. Good deal, guys. Well, pretty straightforward tonight. I'm going to be directing traffic until it's my turn to talk. So I know it's unheard of, but I'm actually going to sit back and let you guys talk tonight. You guys are going to present your stories, and we're all going to sit back and hear your story and what you're bringing to the table tonight, and we'll go from there. Probably down the road, I might start putting some overlays in if this becomes a thing where. But I actually kind of like this setup right here. It looks good. Looks really good. Now, when I read my script stuff, I'll have to look over here, but I want to make sure I can look at all you guys when I'm listening tonight. So, all right. Are you guys ready to do this?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Mhm.
Anything?
How is my audio coming in? Do I need to turn up the gain?
No, dude, you sound good. You got the QU2, right?
That's the icon.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. You got a new mic before you came on the show, right? Yeah, that's right. No, you all sound
after
good.
the last show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. No, you sound good, man. Don't worry. Your audio is crisp tonight. It's really good.
Cool.
Oh, what do we got there? I don't see a label.
That's a Whistle Pig piggyback.
Oh,
Six year rye.
I'll be the only sober one on the show tonight, probably. I got coffee. Like I said, the overpriced mug from, I think it was Sevierville, Tennessee. And then I've got some black tea, iced. That's it. That's it for me tonight, folks. So we'll just have to see how it turns out. But I guess I better get going because I'm on a timer probably because you guys are going to keep sipping. By the time we get to the end of the show, everyone's going to be nice and sloshed. So I got to keep my eye on that. All right. Well, before we get started tonight, I feel I need to introduce these fine gentlemen that have joined me tonight. Our very first member of our roundtable has been an instrumental community member and has helped Sherpa many through raids, dungeons, and much more. He's one of the co-hosts of the new DPS podcast, Dudes Playing Stuff, and in addition has put together a Destiny Olympics event coming up in March, which he'll probably mention before we leave tonight. I've gamed with this man through several dungeons and raids, and he is outstanding, to say the least. He has a hat collection that would blow you away as well. He's a resident raccoon with the hat. Please welcome Mr. Trash Panda. How you doing tonight, sir?
What's happening, everybody?
Very good. Very nice. Well, our second member of the roundtable tonight has also been an important Sherpa in our Guardian Downcast community, and with his cool-mannered way of helping new Guardians through difficult activities in the Destiny 2 game, he's become a very valuable member to us. He's also one of our community monitors. He's also one of our community moderators in our Guardian Downcast Discord, where he can help you traverse the enormous selection of channels, at least according to Rodimus anyway, and get you in our clans if you're interested. He's the man. Oh, did I mention he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu? Yeah. I can't wait to discuss his story tonight. It's my friend, Ronan Redlion. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing good. Happy to be back.
Yeah, man. It's good to hear you. Yeah, good deal. Got a new mic and all, man. They sound really good. Outstanding. Well, our third and final member of our roundtable tonight has been a longtime member of our community who is also a quality assurance tester for companies. In other words, his job is to purposely break stuff. but he's been podcasting longer than Guarding Down Cast has even been around. He's one part of the Potato Thumbs podcast, where they talk Destiny, gaming, and even music. I love those episodes, by the way. He might not know this, but he was partly the reason I decided to podcast nearly 5 years ago now. He's always been a very modest person, but don't let this guy fool you. He's a very intelligent dude, and I can't wait to hear his input tonight. Please welcome my friend, Mr. Admiral Nips. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing great. Got the order right, too. Last and least.
Perfect. Well, let's go right into it before we get into our topics tonight, guys. Let's talk about what, just catch up and see what we've been doing in gaming this week. Doesn't have to be Destiny related. I know people are taking breaks, but I'll start with you, Nips. What have you been doing this week in gaming or entertainment or anything you want to talk about, man?
It's been a weird week. I'm trying to work got a little crazy on me. Trying to finish up a couple of projects before I move over to help out another team with a more high priority emergency project. So got a little out of control there and had some late days. Had a day where a migraine popped up on me. So I didn't do a ton of gaming. I played private matches. We have our weekly private matches in PTP for PTP League. I played that Tuesday night. That was a lot of fun. 4 weeks in, we got our first win, but it's been nothing but fun every week, even getting stomped. I played a little bit of zombies, got some stuff done there, but mostly I've been doing a lot of reading this week because my sleep schedule's all messed up. So I plugged through books 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the Jack Reacher series this week because I'm trying to go through and reread them all because I think it was actually in GDC. We had a chat about those, and I was like, you know what? I should go back and reread them. I love rereading series that I like, and so this week has just basically been consuming all of the Pulp Fiction I could, and just lay down. On Wednesday night, I was like, I was not feeling well, so I slept during the day, and I was up way too late, and I finished 2 novels that night. I'm like, you know what?
Wow.
I'm hooked, so I'm on book 7 now. But this time next week, we might be on book 11 or 12 at the pace we're going.
Well, it's probably a stupid question, but I'm sure you're watching the new Reacher series.
Yeah, I've watched both of those series.
Nice.
I think they did a very good job with it. I mean, the casting is perfect, and
nice.
They're sticking pretty close to the books. Anybody who knows me knows that while I'm not necessarily wed to sticking to the books, I've still been enjoying the Witcher series, even though they're miles away from the books. It's also nice sometimes when they follow pretty closely to the books, and so I've enjoyed the TV series as well.
Alan Richter, isn't that his name? The new? He was on Jimmy Fallon this week. I watch all the late night shows. I love the late night shows. I watch all 3 of them, actually 4 of them. But he was saying that he actually wasn't guaranteed that part. He was not tall enough. Said he was 6'5" was actually the size of Reacher, and he was only 6'3", and he said he actually had to fight for that role. So it's pretty cool. I've yet to watch
in Hollywood, right? In Hollywood, 6'3" might as well be 6'7".
I tell you what, man, Jimmy looked like a dwarf up there. I mean, he was so small. I mean, that's probably not the most political thing to say, but whatever. But he looked so tiny next to that guy, man. That guy looks like he could just break anything. But yeah, pretty cool, man. I've yet to watch the new series. I've watched the old series, but I haven't watched the new stuff yet. So good deal. So a lot of reading, man.
And not a ton of video games. Just I got my camo grind done in Zombies, so this week I sort of just took it easy and just messed around a bit. Went hunting for high level bosses and stuff like that, and said I'm not gonna sweat it too much. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun when we get on and play.
My trigger finger has been very itchy wanting to play Zombies, but ever since I realized you can't jump in solo and just look around the world, you have to play with people. I'm like, I thought maybe I could manipulate the clock where only I would be in that server. I thought about trying to do that, but oh well.
I mean, I play solo all the time. Yeah, there's other people on the map.
Yeah.
The only time I ever talk to them is when I do something dumb and I have to type into chat, "Come pick me up. I did something dumb. Help.
Please help me. There's a monster coming after me."
Right, exactly. No, but yeah, it's definitely, you don't have to interact with other people unless you really want to. Or if you're in a mood like I was a couple weeks ago, I just sniped out the tires of everybody's cars as they drove by me just to be annoying. So any car I saw driving, I'm just like, I would ruin that guy's day. He's probably working on something, and now he's got to get out and fix his tire and all that stuff. And that's just how. While he's doing that, I'm shooting the car more. It starts smoking and blows up. And they have to go get another car, and I blow that one up too before they get out of there. We had one guy come over and just try to mess with us while we were doing our stuff because he was so mad. I was like, yeah, I'm causing problems today. I apologize. I'm sure it was very frustrating for them, but whatever. Everyone has those days.
Yeah, you do. You do. Great. From what I heard, you had a great music episode this week. So those of you who haven't checked it out yet, Potato Thumbs Podcast, and it's in all the players out there. So check it out. Yeah,
it's a large part of a lot of our childhood. We go over the
really
1994 MTV Unplugged of Nirvana, live from New York. So
hell yeah,
it's a good one.
Oh, I'm ready to listen to that one. Good deal. Well, I will go to Mr. Raccoon with their hat. Mr. Panda. I don't know what I'm saying.
Pick a name, bro. Okay.
That's all right, man. Panda, what you up to, man? What have you been doing this week?
Well, we started a new podcast with the boys in the Space Mafia.
Yeah,
so that's Tuesday nights we record. So we did that Tuesday, and then Thursday, as you know, is the night that Mullet and I do our community dungeon runs and whatever else. Which actually this week turned into a Ronald with a couple new members. So we did a double Ronald Sherpa. So I'm actually playing quite a bit of Destiny right now.
You've been busy, man.
I have. I figure right now off season's a great time for new players to get in and experience the game. So I kind of sit on the opposite fence of where Nico's been talking about. It's not a good time to get in.
Yeah.
To me, it's a great time to get in because the higher level players are bored and looking for something fun to do, which might include teaching new people.
Anyway, I can't believe someone actually listens to that episode. The Destiny Help Desk.
Some of us pay attention.
Pretty cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thank you for that one listen.
I got you.
Thank you, sir.
And then, so today was a bit of a marathon, unplanned marathon today. In case you haven't noticed, I'm now PV Panda.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
So I've actually been playing PvP for the first time in my Destiny career, like ever. I actually did comp placement and everything.
Oh, look at you! What'd you hit?
I placed in Silver 2.
Okay.
And I actually moved up to Silver 1 this week.
Nice. So you're Gold 3 next.
I have no clue how comp works.
It goes down. I started at Gold 3 when I qualified. I played some comp this week too, and I'm at Gold 2, almost Gold 1. It's a slow process, man. I think Fluffy said it best. He goes, I don't even look at the rank. I just play the games. Don't worry about the rank. That's kind of
where I'm at.
Yeah, just have fun and learn how to play the threes. I'm sorry.
That's continue. What I say. No, you're good. That's what I was going to say. I prefer threes.
Yeah, it's
over
much more
sixes.
Controllable. It's much more sane. I'll talk about it what I did this week. But so you're playing comp. Have you tried sixes?
Yeah, I do play sixes. Do the your standard control stuff. And it's fun. I like the repeatability. It's got that old school Call of Duty domination feel to it, which is great. But there's just something about it's a little less controlled than you get with threes. Mm-hmm. So threes, you can kind of control things a little better, which I like. I actually have signed up in the solo queue for PvP, PTP Season 2 League.
Oh.
So if anybody needs a crappy raccoon to put in their backpack, holler at me. I'll take a ride with you.
I think Nips, didn't you just post Season 2 coming up?
We did put up the stuff there. We haven't actually figured out the day of the weekend. Okay. We know that there could be some difficulty with
there's some good
schedules and stuff like that, but we wanted to give people, a voice and saying what they want, and also since we did it Tuesdays this week, this season we wanted to give it an opportunity. Maybe other people can get in on other days of the week if they want. But yeah, so we're putting together teams. Find a team of 3, sign up together, or throw yourself into the free agent pool and make a team on the run. And I don't know.
You guys have always been good with that. Finding a team for someone.
We got a lot of folks who are willing to help out for that. And, it's 45 minutes out of your week. So if you're getting stomped, as long as you're having fun, it's worth it in a lot of ways.
Exactly.
Yeah, as long as it's not Tuesdays, I'm there this season. And then so this morning, I something big happened for me yesterday morning.
Oh.
I have been trying to get my pirate ship emblem because as everybody knows, I'm a beach guy. Live in Charleston, South Carolina. I did finally got my solo flawless of Grasp of Avarice and got the pirate ship emblem. So
wow, nice job.
I had
sir.
a lot of community members turn out watching the stream. So
That's
anybody
so
that's
cool.
listening to this that was there, thank you. And then today I got my very first Val clear ever.
Wait a minute,
um,
you did? Oh, okay, okay, got you. Val's it's a unique animal, isn't it?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But big shout out to community member Darth Noodle for
Good guy.
Sherpa in that, and our group mutual friend, Mr. Monkey.
Mr. Jumper himself.
Listen, he killed it. He jumped and puzzled his tail off. So
He'll see this video. I can't escape it. I always make fun of him. I can't help myself. I just love
we
the guy,
love it.
man. We like to try to get each other to break character. It's funny as hell. You get two of us in a raid. It's pretty entertaining. So.
Oh yeah, I've raided with both of you before. I've been
But not together. Not together.
Oh yeah, I have.
You have?
Oh, yeah. We've all done a Ronald together.
Oh, okay. Then I guess you have then. All right. Well, never mind.
And it was flying way back and forth a whole lot.
I can't help myself, man. It's that itch I have to scratch. I can't help it. Oh man.
But outside of that,
dude, you've been busy.
But I haven't been doing much else as far as other games. I did try the Skull and Bones beta, and I was very disappointed by it.
Yeah, I heard your show. I listened to your show about the Skull and Bones this week. Good show.
But outside of that, life's been busy, so I've been doing that, and and a lot of Destiny Sherpa stuff. So
good deal, man. Well, Ronan, I know you've been working your butt off, man. How you been doing this week? You doing all right?
Yeah, I've been doing good. Destiny, I'm in really the same boat as Panda, just kind of wrapping up loose ends. I'm one weekly challenge away from getting that bright dust pile, so I think I have to hunt down one more glass collector or play comp trials, one of those kind of things. So, it's toss up which one I'll end up accomplishing. But
nice.
yeah, I've been doing a lot of just regular weekly raids. Several of us just finished out our Enlightened title in the Garden of Salvation last week.
That's outstanding. That's not an easy one to get.
Yeah, it took a lot of work. But yeah, last night, like I said, I'm in the same boat as Panda. We Sherpa'd a couple of not first timers, but rusty players through Val, trying to get refamiliarized with that one. We're probably going to be going in there a little more often now, trying to get red border weapons and just get everybody set up. But this is my favorite part of the season, honestly, because I'm through all the story content. And it's just a chance to help out the community, to get some people into activities they haven't tried before. Power levels are high. There's no better time to try something new. Whether it's a higher tier Lost Sector, Grandmaster, raids, dungeons, all that. It's just we got time to try it all. How many months now? Like four months.
We're less than 4. I think it's 3 months and 3 weeks maybe or something. We're actually below the 4-month mark because we're
the gestation period of a pig. 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days.
There it is. Man spoke. So what else you been doing, Ron?
Yeah. Well, outside of Destiny, this is kind of a cool time of year. Around here, they stock trout in all the local lakes.
Oh.
And it's just a winter fishing opportunity because once the weather gets warm, the trout all die out. And so they're dumping in, thousands of them. And they say, catch your limit every day if you can, take them home. So
we talking rainbow? Or are we talking about brown trout? What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's rainbow trout.
Okay.
And I've never actually fished for it before, so I'm learning and just it's the friends you make along the way because I haven't caught a single fish yet.
Now, is it do you fly fish or do you use a spinning reel? What do you use to catch them?
Yeah, I'm using a spinning reel right now, but I just got my first fly rod, so I'm going to be
nice.
Trying to learn that technique too.
That's an acquired skill, from what I understand. I've yet to learn how to fly cast. It looks
I've
fun.
been watching a lot of YouTube videos on it.
YouTube University, man. You can't beat it. You cannot beat YouTube. Yep. Good deal. Anything else?
No, that's really about it.
Okay, good deal. Well, Panda, I'm so happy you're playing PvP, man, because I can't wait to do some games, man, because I played Trials today, solo. It's been 6 months since I played Trials, And it's probably everyone knows I'm a salty SOB when it comes to playing Crucible. I try to bite my tongue, but my saltiness comes out, unfortunately. But I said, you know what? It's double rewards week. It's not checkmate week, which I would have loved even better. But it was double rewards week, and it didn't take long to get a 6-win card done. No, I didn't get flawless. I went to my 4th win, and then I got stomped. But, you know, it's luck of the draw when you play trials. You can get 2 people on your team that literally just immediately die, and you're already swamped by 3 people. And then you can get 2 teammates that go ahead of you and kill and slaughter, and all you have to do is sit back and snipe and just pick off the runner, you know? It's really nice. I had a mix of both. I had games where, and this was all on console, by the way. I had games where I was frustrated because I was shooting my Amit, my fully crafted and decked out Amit on a hunter running at me, and I could have sworn I put enough bullets in him, but they melee with that just shred of health left, and you're like, son of a bitch. But I gotta really work on my Crucible gaming. I'm salty as hell because I'm rusty as hell because I haven't played enough of it. I've been taking a lot of breaks on Crucible, and I just play when I need to. Like the last 2 seasons, I really only played during Iron Banner weeks, and that's 6s, man. It's just chaos. So I love 3s as well, Panda, because I don't know what it is about 3s, but you know where everyone is. I mean, it's pretty dang easy to determine where everyone is, and it's a chess game. Every time it's a chess game. So sometimes it gets overwhelming when you just get run over and you're like, what am I learning? Am I learning anything? And Bungie talked about that this week in the TWAB, and we're going to talk about that later before we head out. But I'm excited to hear about what they're going to be doing in Crucible soon. What else did I do? I watched a movie. I watched a movie called The Bad. It had Russell Crowe in it. He was a drone operator, and he was working an ops mission where he's protecting these special op guys down below. And it looked like South America, somewhere down in there. But it turned out to be a pretty good movie. I'll have more of a full review probably in next week's show. Let's see what else I did. I played PvP League. We played against Native Raider and Sweaty Spook's team, and we had so much fun this week. We actually even stayed in the same voice chat and just was trash talking with each other and everybody. And I guess apparently we play them next week again, this week coming up as well. But they had one of their main players was out, had some personal issues, and Mr. Coderson stepped in and did pretty well. So I think we all just drank and had fun that night. But it was a fun time. It's good games. And let's see, I got all my wishes tokens done. By the way, if you run one Legend Lost sector on the Dreaming City, I got it done in 1 run. They must have changed the requirements of it, because I heard the requirements was like 1,600 enemies in a Legend Lost sector, but you get bonus credit, I guess, if you do it on the Dreaming City. But I was surprised. I thought I'd have to run 3 of them. One of them, by the time I was done, I made sure I killed everything. It was the Bay of Drowned Wishes, and I got it done in 1 run. So on both of my alt account and my regular account, I got my wishes done on that. And other than that, I've just been kind of chilling out, just kind of enjoying the week. So it's been what it is, I guess. So, all right. When we come back, we're going to get into our stories of the week. Hang in there. All right. Here we are. We're going to start with our stories tonight. And Panda, you're on deck first, man. The floor is yours. What story did you bring to the roundtable tonight, man?
Well, when we first started talking about this, I typically peruse the internet for Destiny stories, and I don't always agree with our friend Paul Tassi over at Forbes, but he's been doing a halfway decent job here lately. And one of the things that he brought up was how the drop in player count. The title of the article was the drop in player count hits different this time. And so it got me to thinking. I read his article, and he's basically talking about how with Lightfall, the peak player count versus where it's at now, how drastic of a drop that is. So I got to thinking, and I was like, well, let's go check the one place I know I can check for really good historical data, which is Steam charts. I don't know if y'all have ever gone and looked at that or not.
A little bit.
Not very often, but yeah, I've
So
seen them.
Steam Charts does a fantastic job of tracking peak player count, average player count, and it kind of gives you in my opinion, it gives you a pulse or health of a game.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled some statistics I want to share with you guys, and I'll give my thoughts and I want to see what you guys think as well. Their tracking actually starts back with Shadowkeep, so that's how far we're going back. We're going back to October 2019, and Shadowkeep went from October 2019 to Beyond Light, which hit in November of 2020. The peak player count, and this could be skewed because of when it hit Steam. You had a pop right there, right? So peak player count was 292,300, somewhere in that range. Their minimum player count, for that same time period, that 1 year time period snapshot, was 76,000. So they peaked at almost 300, and they dropped to less than 100, with a monthly average of 77,000 players concurrent. Okay. And Beyond Light, which we know was the extra long season, which also includes the 30th anniversary pack in that time frame. All right. So when Beyond Light came out, it popped to 241,000, which is about a 50,000 player drop on max count. Now the min count is where it gets interesting. The min count stayed almost the same at 76,000. So it didn't ever fall really below that level. All right. With the average, now the average did drop to 61.5 per month.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it includes the anniversary pack. And then we go into the Witch Queen. The Witch Queen popped at 289,000. So we get back up to Shadowkeep numbers. And then your minimum dropped all the way down to 60,000 with a monthly average of 66,000.
Okay.
All right. And that's a lot of numbers I'm throwing at you, but this is the last one. Lightfall. We're taking Lightfall to as of January. Okay. 316,000 pop, which is the highest max peak player count the game has ever seen, with a minimum of 58,000. And in the last 30 days, that minimum has seen 50,000. The monthly average is 62,900.
Mm-hmm.
I say all of that to show that your monthly average really hasn't changed at all. The base player base is still there, regardless of what anybody says. Right? So over from 2009 to 2023, 24 now, your average amount of players has not changed whatsoever. So to say that something like that hits different is, in my opinion, not fair. The game appearances may not show it as healthy as it really is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And like for comparison, I did some other pulling of stats while I was looking.
Okay.
Pow World. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too for a second.
Oh Lord.
Pow World popped at 2.1 million peak players.
Oh my God.
All right, its current peak. Now here you want to talk about fall off. Here's what I'm getting to with the fall off.
Okay.
500,000 people.
That's what it is today.
That's what it is today.
So it went from 2 million.
Yep.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Now you see where I'm going with this?
Do you have any figures for I know the latest flavor of the week is it's the
Helldivers.
Helldivers 2, right? I wonder if the numbers have been similar there.
Well, so here's what Helldivers is a little too new to look at it that way.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But Helldivers peak right now is 326,000, which is higher than Destiny's has ever been.
That's big. That's healthy.
Right, but here's kind of what the reason I picked this story, and to show people that it's not what everybody thinks it might be. If you look, Witch Queen did so good that's what helped Lightfall come up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, word of mouth at the end of the year, you can actually see it curve up at the end of the year. So word of mouth says, "Hey, this game's dope." People get Lightfall under delivers, people fall off. It happens. It is what it is. However, I actually think that the final shape is going to, after doing the research and looking at Pow World and Helldivers, I think that Final Shape's going to crack 400. So
didn't we have a bet on that in the chat?
we did. You never actually.
Somebody made quite a big change of the last
I
6
said
hours,
I.
didn't they?
Oh, all right, hold on a minute. Now.
We never put a final bet in place.
I think I originally said 450 was the bet.
450 was your number, yeah.
And then
I said 375.
And then I said, all right, how about 400? Because I started thinking about it. I was like, all right, wait a minute now. Because I honestly think it'll break records. I honestly do. You know, Lightfall broke records when it first came out. I think it broke Steam records, didn't it? For initial day sales or something? For Destiny only. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
No, you're fine.
No, I think it'll break again. Yeah, I think it will.
And I say that because of what Helldivers did, right? And Helldivers is also PC and PlayStation only. It doesn't even get the Xbox crowd involved.
Right.
So what's happening is, I think what we're seeing is actually just an increase in actual players of video games overall. Right? We are, as much as we all hate to say it, we're all a little gray here. You know, and the younger generations are coming in, and they're picking up. I've often heard Destiny referred to as a FPS retirement home.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too.
Everybody's heard that too. But the amount of new players that I've been helping lately contradicts that a little bit to me.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What age people are you helping?
Just from talking to them, I mean, they're 10 years younger than me.
Okay.
A lot of them.
So they're in their they're in their 40s. Is that what you're saying? All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to start.
That would be 10 years younger than you.
Okay.
That would be my demographic.
Yes. Okay.
Like we're talking like early 30s, mid 20s.
Okay.
I mean,
so like newly married,
early 20s,
newly have kids, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So I feel like the base amount of players is coming up, and I don't feel like we're seeing the end of an era, you know, so much as people try and play it out to be. I think people want it to be doom and gloom, and I feel like that the YouTube crowd and the video game media crowd push that narrative because it's what gets the views, and so it makes it sound worse than it is when it's really not. It just feels that way because there's a couple of factors, right? The player base is increasing, but we also have, this has been one of the best years, and I'm including now into last year, just this whole 12-month cycle for video games that I might have ever seen in my life. I mean, think about the heavy hitters that have come out this year. Even Nips, your attention's being pulled to something else. You're muted.
You're still muted.
That's 3 times I hit the button.
There you go.
Mute. God,
Talking about getting old. I mean, go ahead, Nips.
Yeah. I mean, the list is just ridiculous, right? There were 3 separate, maybe 4 separate games that people were like, "Oh, this is definitely game of the year" when it came out.
Yeah.
And then the next game came out, and you're like, "Well, turns out I'm not right about that." So, I mean, Baldur's Gate, amazing. Zelda was amazing last year. Starfield, not so much. But yeah, I think that in that sort of thing, there is a million great opportunities. And that's just AAA games, right?
Yeah.
There are more indie developers than ever before right now, making amazing indie games too. So
yeah,
if you're, looking for something to play and you don't just stick to AAA titles, you're going to find some damn amazing games out there.
Yeah, I mean, Power World was an independent studio, right? And it came out of nowhere. I mean, now they had good billing, and in my opinion, they stole a concept a little bit. But I'm not. We're not going to get into that. But you got that, and then the other side of the coin is, to me, is price point.
Yes.
So Helldivers and Power World come in at $30 and $40 respectively, and then the premium edition is only $60. The Final Shape and most expansions come in at $50 at a base and $100
for the seasonal
for the premium seasonal stuff. I know Gator, Nips, Ronan, y'all are all like me. We fork over the $100. It's just
it's a no-brainer.
It's what we do because we know we're going to play it.
Yep.
But even that could be a barrier of entry at this point. especially with the way that things are monetized extra within the game itself too.
Yeah.
I mean, the price of cosmetics have increased and things like that. There has to be some balance struck that will help the issues we see. But as far as player count, to me, it really just comes down to there's really good games out right now.
Yeah.
Destiny's 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When the new expansion comes out, it's going to pull the new eyes back in. It's going to bring the old people that are salty about it being stale in. Look, it's not Bungie's fault that we've played this thing into the dirt. We've done what they asked us to, right?
Yeah.
We played it to death. You know,
I mean, I think that's the number one cause of, like, in my mind, streamer dissatisfaction. Not so much that it's what gets clicks and gets sell, but more, this has been your job now for a decade, and your whole, a lot of these people, their whole financial well-being is based on having to put video out for this game. And when you have a long season like this and you're playing the same thing over and over again, and it's fundamentally the same thing you've been doing for forever. Spoiler alert, I'm not exactly all sunshine and rainbows about my job every morning when I log into the work computer either.
Hey, me too. And I run the business. There's days I don't want to go. I just want to stay inside. Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah, I still think I'm going to take the under. If you gave me 400,000 as the over-under, I'm going to take the under as the pet.
No.
But I do think I think we're going higher than 316. I think it'll set a new record for your active players, but I'll take the under on the bet and gladly be wrong.
What are you at? What's your final number, Panda?
See, I want to agree with you on 400, but I know I can't take your 400. So
No, I tell you what. I'll do 400.
I'm gonna do prices right. I'm gonna do 401.
You're gonna do 400,001. You're gonna go over me. You're gonna overbid it, man. You're gonna lose it. No,
they're gonna be between 400 and 450.
It's just been so hyped, man, and it has 4 or 5 months to cook now. People are gonna play through these games that are coming out right now. They're gonna play them. They're gonna be one and done, because most of these you run through them, you're done. Maybe not Helldivers, but I just wanted to ask a question before we moved on. Helldivers and Power World, do they have seasonal models, or are they just you play it, you buy it, you play it?
My understanding is Power World is like a mix of Ark and Pokemon, so it's survival Pokemon with guns.
Okay.
I don't see a
Ark
seasonal.
has hung around. No, it doesn't have a seasonal, but Ark has hung around a fair few number of years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever they have has got some amount of replayability. I've just never played it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Helldivers, I can see Helldivers. I don't know the game too well. I've kind of been watching it. Like I say, I'm an Xbox player, so I don't have access to it.
I think Astrocross said it. I think Astrocross said it had some premium stuff, and he bought some of it. So there is some microtransactions apparently.
Look, if they can really finally knock down this exclusivity wall, like it seems Xbox is trying to do, completely different topic, but
true.
The articles come out and Xbox is trying to knock down that wall. If they could do that, I would buy Helldivers in a heartbeat. All of my boys are playing it, but I can't because I'm not PC or PlayStation. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, microtransactions is just how you have to do it, right? The only two things that have stayed the same in the last 15 years is the minimum wage and the cost of video games. Like, the fact that video games have been $60 for as long as I've been buying video games, it's just, there's no way that's a real thing. It's artificially deflated, the cost of a base video game.
But
So,
I don't mind paying for the microtransactions. Like if
No,
they
I don't
put out
either.
a set of armor that's dope, I'll buy it up.
Yeah.
I'll
On
buy
the
it in a
flip side,
heartbeat.
though, if you're going to release a game with no microtransactions and charge me $100, because I'm an older player now and like I have disposable income, I won't have a problem with that too if you put together a full game. But the problem right now is like, this is why I'm happy that they put the break into Destiny and just push it out a little bit more. If the final shape came out in a spot where it was half baked and like crappy, like I would be upset. If it comes out half baked and like needs to have a ton of patches in June, I think that might put me on the edge of like, okay, well, I don't need to go through the episodes, right? I finished my Light and Dark saga, I can go.
Right.
Now, if they nail it out of the ballpark and it's just as fun as it's always been for me, then absolutely count me in. But I think, yeah, on the grand scheme of things, I guess we're talking about player count was where we're at
Right.
there. But
Yeah,
I
it's
think
player sentiment. I mean, it's player.
people are going to come back for
Yeah.
sure. Like people who have left,
Right.
they're not leaving for good. They'll come back. You know, there's a streamer I watch. His name is Hutch. He was like an old Call of Duty streamer from way back when. One of the OG YouTube people.
Very opinionated.
Yeah. Every year he comes back and plays the new season in Destiny and unlocks the stuff and plays it. You wouldn't know it if you go to his channel and stuff like that, but there's always 2 days a year. Like he and his friends hop in and they play Destiny. So people who are invested and put this time in, they want to see how the story ends.
Right. It's just been too hyped. Hey, Ronan, did you have something to say?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, you guys mentioned the microtransaction model, and that's something, in my opinion, that Destiny's always done right. Is everything that's purchasable, outside of base game and expansions, is cosmetic. None of it is gameplay enhancing. None of it is, some weapon that becomes the meta in Crucible or anything like that. It's always just optional flair that is, most of it looks really good. I'll admit that. And I've bought a couple, the armor ornament sets, but I've never felt like pressured to buy that. But I think maybe some of the sentiment that I've seen more is that the barrier to entry financially is having to buy all those back expansions to get content. And I think we're starting to see some action being taken on that, because you're seeing some pretty good deals on.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there like a whole package
Yeah,
bundle?
Humble Bundle. They just put it in the TWAB. In fact, Bungie pushed it in the TWAB this week. Humble Bundle, you can get all of the DLC and seasonal content, current seasonal content, for $40. That's outstanding. Instead of 400, 40. You can get Shadowkeep, Witch Queen, Lightfall, and all the seasons up to this point for this year for $40. That's going to keep you busy over 4 months, to be honest.
Anybody on the fence should buy that right now.
Holy moly, man. And it's good to the end of the month. Or 27th, I think, of 27th of February. So, man, you got to jump on it. $40 is, I mean.
I suspect we'll see some more deals like that, too, just because, that's been one of the big vocal complaints, you see in articles about it and stuff. But taking a look just in, kind of our microcosm of Destiny, how has community growth been in the GDC Discord?
It's been robust.
We've seen people joining in, and I see very few of them mentioning, I'm coming in from a dead clan, or, my friends don't play it anymore. Most people introduce themselves and say, hey, I'm getting into this. Maybe a friend recommended me, or a friend got me into it, and they bring a friend in with them. And, the community's been thriving. And if that's an indicator of how the game is going, then, I think that's a pretty positive sign.
Yeah, most of the people that have come in, when they introduce themselves in the introduction channel, they say, hey, I'm a longtime player. I've been playing since Destiny 1. Took a break. I took 2.5, I took a year and a half off. I'm coming back. I want to get back and caught up for it. I think a lot of people realize now's a good time to get brought up to speed before that final push of Final Shape. And then it's on Bungie, right? It's on Bungie to get us to stick around for the episodes. It's on them to keep us enthused after that Final Shape fight battle. And apparently after we finish the raid, it moves right into the first episode. So they're running it right in, which I'll say it again. What if the witness wins or gets away? What if it isn't a final battle? I know we want the Light and Dark saga to be over, right? We want it to be over. But there's got to be something on the hook to keep us playing. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But I tell you what, I've been finding myself, when I am on now, I'm doing a lot of stuff that I normally haven't done in the past few seasons, because I know I have time now. When we have 9 weeks to 12 weeks of a season, all I'm worried about is getting the seasonal stories done. I'm worried about getting the exotic quests done. I'm worried about getting the season pass completed. And that's all that's on my mind for those 9 to 12 weeks. We're in a unique situation now where I'm actually I was looking at the monuments of, the moments of triumph for this year. I actually started looking through it, because I don't hate titles, but I'm not, it's not a driver for me anymore. But I'm actually looking at some of this stuff and going, you know what? I could probably get Harbinger. Only have to do this much and this. And the fact that they've made us go back and play in the Dreaming City now, I'm realizing that after I got all the hidden chests done, a lot of triumphs are unlocking now, and I've almost got Cursebreaker done. So I'm thinking to myself, I got time, but it's a unique spot we're in right now, because I find myself setting goals every day. Like, okay, what am I going to do today? What am I going to work on? What triumph am I going to not get knocked out today? And I haven't been thinking that way in a long time, because it's always been FOMO, right? It's always been, how quickly can we, we got a new story to unlock this week. We got to get that done. And then you got the exotic missions and all of that. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but I was just on Guardians of Lore this past couple of weeks talking to Orchid and Elemist. And I'm really getting into lore now, which I never got into. I'm telling you, my eyes are wide open. I've been reading the Grimoire anthology books. I'm reading the 6th edition right now, which talks about all the ghost stories that I never read that were in game. But now that they got them organized in a nice, beautiful book, I read a passage every morning, and it's just really been keeping me enthused. And I agree, Panda. I don't see the numbers changing. I think the base players are there every week or every month, however way you're recording those numbers.
Yeah, it was the reason I picked that to want to talk about is because it's a general sentiment of, I feel like what's being presented is not the actual. And what you said is exactly the reason why I'm not mad at a long season either. The seasonal model creates that the FOMO, the like, oh God, I'm behind. Like, for instance, as everybody knows, I was a Hunter exclusive up until January.
Mm-hmm.
I made a Titan in January, and I saw so many icons of things that I had to do.
Did you get a little overloaded?
Oh man,
your ADHD go off?
It went hardcore. And honestly, if I'm being transparent, I put my Titan down, and all my Titan is now is a checkpoint holder. That's really what he's become. I mean, I'm a hunter at heart, just like you're a warlock. Now you play all three religiously, but you say you're a warlock main. Well, I'm still a hunter exclusive. I've just got a checkpoint tune now.
You're the one that got my hunter badass. I got a badass unkillable hunter now, thanks to you and that Ghost of the Deep dungeon. I won't take that build off now. But with that chest piece,
I actually used that build to finish the final boss in Grasp for my solo flawless. So
nice.
Ronan? And I used the big boy bow.
Oh. Ronan, do you have something to add?
Yeah, I mean, just to toot the Sherpa horn a little bit, we've had a lot of players that step out and say, hey, I'd like to try my first raid. Well, something else we hear a lot is once they've done it, they say, this is a whole different side of the game that I didn't know existed. Yep. Getting into the cooperative multiplayer, the kind of higher tier content. And, when you're hearing that from people saying, wow, this is like, a whole new, side to Destiny that, I mean, they've been playing for how long, up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's content that's unexplored out there too. The game is so expansive that, and with the longer season, that gives you a chance to explore that.
I wonder if because everybody knows Destiny's on a pause that they're coming back. They're saying, "Oh, there's nothing going on right now. Let's jump in and let's get caught up on our time now." I think that might be enticing to some people out there who have just been kind of outside looking in, they're playing their Call of Duty game or whatever, and they're like, you know what, I want to go back and play Destiny, but they're in the middle of some season of something, and my buddies say that talking about what's going on and everything, I just don't have the time to get caught up on all that. But now maybe the fact that they know they have all the way until June, that it's more enticing now to jump in and not maybe as so, intimidating. I have a buddy I used to love playing Destiny with. He went back to Call of Duty because he just couldn't keep up. He says, dude, he'd take a couple weeks off to play Call of Duty, come back and go, I don't even know what's going on anymore. So maybe this is the time a lot of people are deciding to do that. And we're seeing it, like Ronan said, we're seeing that in our Discord communities. So I don't know. I think it was a good story. It was a good story.
I think I was going to say the other thing that I gleaned out of that, those numbers are basically the Destiny players continue to get bigger and bigger, the number of people. And then the reason the minimum is where it is players roll out quicker after a new season comes out, but new people fill in those numbers down at the bottom. So you've got like, some amount of churn, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got X number of people, baseline, let's say 242K, because that was the one season, the lowest season max, right?
Right.
Those are people, you have those people hooked for life. Destiny can release a new release and they're going to buy it forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just sort of, those other people are like, who else gets hooked? Who can come in, find a community? Rating is a huge part of it, right? Like, I look back to the Dark Below way back when in Destiny 1, right? It was, okay, I've done everything there is to do in Destiny, and I found a 100.io group that I started raiding with. If I hadn't found that group and we had, I'd have been done with Destiny back then, right? Like, there's no way to keep playing solo, so you need to find these groups to play. But if you can get the hooks in them, even if they go off to play other stuff, they'll come back for the releases. So I would say, yeah, that's sort of why I think 316 is your bare minimum, plus, say, you add another 30, 40,000 people who picked it up in this season and are now hooked. So that's why I'm still saying less than 400K, because I'm, doing my number that way. But I'm going to say you're going to take, your baseline from the last one, and if you're telling me we're adding 90,000 people to that, I'm going to be a little skeptical. But if you tell me we're adding 40,000, yeah, I believe that. I believe we're going to set a new record come June.
Yeah,
Okay.
easy.
And there's something else we're not thinking about here either. I mean, the big black eye on Bungie right now is the new player experience. It's horrible. And I even thought about doing a whole video YouTube series about doing just like a walkthrough. I replayed the new player experience with the Guardian ranks, and I actually thought it was fun but I played Destiny before, but I had to try to see it as a new player, and it's a mess. It's a mess.
Oh,
you just did it too, didn't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's a mess, man.
January.
It's a lot.
It sucks, bro.
It's a lot.
It sucks.
I mean, I saw a couple YouTubers, smaller YouTubers, that said, I'm going to try Destiny. Let's see how it goes. And they documented it in their video. And the guy's like, Crow, who the hell's Crow? Maya, what? What's this cutscene? I don't understand, anyway. But they have something coming up in April called Into the Light, and I'm really curious. Mr. Monkey dissuaded me from making that video series, because what if Into the Light is their way of prepping everyone for the final shape? I mean, they've indirectly kind of said that already. But maybe this Into the Light is maybe their revamped way of getting the new players up to speed quickly. I don't know. Until April, we won't know. But anyway, that's the big stumbling block as far as the churn, right? Nips, you have churn, but if you don't have anything pulling people back in to refill that churn, Bungie's gonna have problems.
Yeah, we see that they do. There's our people. We see it in the Discord with people joining and saying, "Hey, I do feel like a lot of people are. I played this X number of years ago, and I figured I'd give it another shot." Which is awesome, right? Like, you come back and you find your clan's dead, but then you find a new clan, and learn about playing multiplayer, or first time reaching out, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So that kind of stuff is great, and the people who do the Sherpaing and the teaching and the breaking down of, hey, I see you're doing this. If you flip these couple of things around, you're going to have a lot more luck, and you're going to feel better about what you're doing. Those kind of people are saints, and they get people hooked, which is what you want. But I think that, yeah, there's a limited amount of people out there, right? So
there is.
We're all hooked,
yeah.
And you can take my money. Just keep printing releases, and you're going to keep getting my money. But not everybody has. Not everybody's a dinkwad like I am.
What's really funny is I'll play any other game. I will not spend a dime on any microtransactions. But when it comes to Destiny, it's the only game I will, because I know I'm going to put the time in to play it. And here's another thing. Before Panda has his closing thoughts on this, here's another thing too. There's too many live service games out here right now. I want to get into another live service game. I really want to get into zombies, but I'm looking at that season pass territorial thing, whatever the hell they put. I don't understand it, but anyway, I won't go down that road. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to spend 40, 50, 100, 300 hours in that game. That's going to take away from my Destiny time where I need to do this, this, and this I was planning on doing. So it is, I think the hardest thing right now for gaming, and I'm not trying not to get off topic here, I'm talking about the numbers, is people I think are dedicating themselves to one live service environment, hardcore, and dabbling with everything else. I think that seems to be, at least that's what I'm seeing. And that's my experience. I like to dabble. I like to jump into zombies and see what the new zombies is like. Cause I'm an old veteran of zombies. I want to see what they've changed with this new loadout thing they have. And this getting air lifted out and stuff sounds cool. But I'm still always thinking about what do I want to do this week in Destiny that I need to get done off my list. So I'll let Panda closing thoughts before we move on.
Well, I was about to say, I agree with you, Gator, because it's Destiny is my live service game, and zombies is my side piece, right? That's kind of how it works. So, just like Monday night, I'll be setting Destiny down to go explode heads with Nips and Senior Fluffy.
No, I'm not jealous at all. I got a ball that night, so whatever.
But so that's kind of a thing that we've started doing about every week or every 2 weeks. Monday nights we jump in and we shoot zombies together.
I like that.
The potatoes and the panda. So
I like it.
You know, I use the numbers as a basis of a conversation for us to have on general game health of the game environment within Destiny. And so one of the things, my closing thoughts on this long season is it removes, for me, it removed all the FOMO. Like I'm done with everything. It has let me really dig in and become a better Sherpa all around. Ronan can probably speak to this too. But it has allowed me to become a better Sherpa. It's let me learn some things that I was not comfortable Sherpaing. Like right now, I can Sherpa the Last Wish, no problem. When the season started, couldn't do it. And do you remember back in the day when you had to make your own mini games?
Yeah.
Inside of the game?
Yeah.
Well, we've done that again, right? So in the Space Mafia, we have a dungeon run called the Hercules run. It's a lot of fun. You start with all white gear, and you can only upgrade your character with what drops in the dungeon.
Oh my God, dude.
It's an amazing experience. You've never
fun,
been
actually.
more excited to get a purple in your life.
Oh my God, that is kind of fun.
It's fantastic. But again, it comes back to community and not having to stress.
Yeah.
At all on getting things done because it's done, right? We've had plenty of time. It's completely done.
Right.
Now Bungie has brought some things in like the weekly wishes. They kind of hit, they kind of didn't in my book. They sounds like they're making them a little easier to get some things now.
They've adjusted things. I think they realized it was a little too harsh on some of it.
It was a little too harsh, and for me, I don't need the wishes because, like, for us, we've done everything. We have most everything. Am I doing them? Kinda. Like, if they fit in with what I'm doing, sure. It's kind of like I treat bounties, right? We've talked about this before. I do bounties only if they fit what I'm actually doing, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do them.
This is what hurts me in Crucible usually because I'll go use a hand cannon because it says I have to get 10 hand cannon kills. I'm like, I don't use hand cannons in Crucible. So yeah.
Why am I jumping at Crucible? Because I'm trying to force a gun that I don't like using and I'm dying a lot.
What's going on? Good story, Panda. Good story, man.
Yeah.
Great story.